All right, Salakia. Sorry that the video got cut off, but I guess with it being as cold as it is, the battery didn't stay charged long enough to where I could continue on out there. Came to the vehicle, charged the phone up for 45 minutes, almost an hour. I got out there and my tripod broke. Because it's so cold, I guess the plastic got brittle when I pulled one of the legs out to extend the leg, and the leg broke. So now I'm without a tripod. But in any event, I'm gonna finish, okay? Where I was, I think I was talking about these false prophets and in the days in which we're living right now, and I'm gonna finish up. Satan tried to get me not to finish, but I'm gonna finish. Let me go over to Matthew 24, right? And we're gonna get back to the conditions of the world and what we're going to see with these false Christ, these antichrist spirits, right? So let me jump in right here. I'm gonna jump in at 14. So this is Matthew 24 and 14. I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but just to get to the point. And it starts out in verse 14, and it reads, "And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come." Now, let's go over to because it tells you all nations, and that's where a lot of these Christians get all messed up, and just as always, when you're talking about all nations, we go where? We go to our brother James here, right? James 1:1, which reads, "James, a servant of the Most High and of the Lord Yahushua Mashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting." That's why the gospel has to go into all nations. Not that the Lord is saving all the nations. It's because the Israelites are scattered there. Okay, this is, for those who are new or may not have heard this before. Okay, going on in 24, Matthew 24, verse 15. "When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet stand in the holy place, whosoever readeth, let him understand. Then let them which be in Judea flee unto the mountains, and let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of the house, neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be." Why is this guy driving behind me? It's a big parking lot here, and it's amazing how many people with 1,000 parking spots have to come and park next to you. So my point with that, I wanted to take that and go over to Jeremiah 14, right? Because I talked about those who are still stuck in this fake false Christianity, but then you got people who are calling themselves Israelites, right? And one is a leader of a camp who claims that there's not going to be a Jacob's trouble, okay, or tribulation. This Jeremiah 14, I'll jump in at verse 10. "Thus saith the Lord unto this people, thus have they loved to wander. They have not refrained their feet. Therefore the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua doeth not accept them. He will now remember their iniquity and visit their sins. Then saith the Lord Yahweh unto me, pray not for this people for their good. When they fast, I will not hear their cry, and when they offer burnt offerings in an oblation, I will not accept them, but I will consume them by the sword and by the famine and by the pestilence. Okay? That sounds like tribulation to me. Going on to verse 13. Then said I, Lord power, behold, the prophets say unto them, ye shall not see the sword, neither shall ye have famine, but I will give you assured peace in this place. Then the Lord said unto me, the prophets prophesied lies in my name. I sent them not, neither have I commanded them, neither spake unto them. They prophesy unto you a false vision and divination, and a thing of naught, and the deceit of their heart. So you got somebody who's telling Israelites there's not going to be a Jacob's trouble, and they're lying. You see that? Okay? It says it right there. That these are false prophets who are telling you that there's not going to be a Jacob's trouble. All right? We all know who that is. Okay? I wanted to go to something else here, Salakia. And then we'll be done with this. You know, I'm disappointed in a way, because I wanted to finish up outside, and things, Satan came up against me. So it's no loss, because we continuing on right here. Okay? Now, in terms of us being here in this landmass, okay, this place that they call the US of A, we're telling you what the scriptures say. That this is the daughter of Babylon. This is Babylon the Great. And it's going to be destroyed. Thus saith the Bible. Thus saith the Lord. Thus saith the Bible, right? The scriptures say it. Let's look at Psalms 137. And I'll just get to the point here. We'll jump down to verse 7. Remember, O Lord Yahweh, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof, meaning they wanted Israel destroyed. O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stone. For destruction of this place is to come, okay? And people will say that was ancient Babylon. But you also have an account, while in Babylon, it's speaking of a future account, of a future place, the daughter of Babylon. Let's go over to Jeremiah 51, and we'll jump in right there at 33. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, the power of Israel, the daughter of Babylon is like a threshing floor. It is time to thresh her. Let a little while, and the time for her harvest shall come. See, so it's at a time. It's at a time that this is going to happen. Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, hath devoured me and hath crushed me. He hath made me an empty vessel. He hath swallowed me up like a dragon. He hath filled his belly with my delicates. He hath cast me out. The violence done to me and to my flesh be upon Babylon, shall the inhabitants of Zion say. That's what we should say, and that's what we're saying now. And my blood upon the inhabitants of the Chaldeans shall Jerusalem say. Therefore, verse 36, therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I will plead thy cause. He's going to defend us and take vengeance for thee. And I will dry up her sea and make her springs dry. And Babylon shall become heaps, a dwelling place for dragons, an astonishment, and a hissing without inhabitation, or an inhabitant, Salakia, without an inhabitant, right? So then with that being said, talking about Babylon, the daughter of Babylon, a place that's going to be made what? A wilderness. And where else do we see that? Well, you go back down here to the last book of Revelation. And you find it in Revelation chapter 18. You see, starting at verse 1. And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lighted with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice. Now this is Revelation. This hasn't happened yet. Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. See? So that's where you're going to find this destruction of the daughter of Babylon. But anyway, that point was really to say that, you know, you have it on almost on both ends with these people who are stuck right now in Christianity. And then you even got a person who, you know, people who are Israelites who are following somebody who told them that there's not going to be a tribulation, that Jacob's trouble doesn't exist. It's not going to happen to them. That's not true. It says it right there in Matthew 24, you know. So with that, you know, I'm just going to just end it right there. Again, I apologize, but, you know, these are circumstances that you can't do anything about. You know, well, we are subject to these devices and things that we have, and sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. You know, a lot of them are cheaply made, and all it takes is extreme weather one way or another, and they don't work. You see? So with that, I'll just close out right there. I'm going to say all praise to the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak, peace to the hopefully elect, double honor to the apostles, the elders and brethren, the great millstone for teaching this truth all around the earth, and all like-minded brothers who are doing the same throughout the earth, okay? And to the few sisters that listen and believe in this gospel of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, I say to you all shalom, and I'll see you on the next lesson, Lord willing. Shalom.